anytime during the option period or while you're under contract, you do an inspection, and your inspector indicates that there may be a problem with the flow of brown water, maybe to the main sewer pipe or the city pipe or whatever. One thing he may recommend for you to have done is a hydrostatic test. That is a sort of abrasive test where they check the water flow, like they push the water down the pipe to make sure there are any breaks in the line. And breaks in the line can happen for many reasons. It's not uncommon for new construction to even be able to be candidates for hydrostatic tests, because sometimes those pipes that go to the main water source, they may not be buried that deep, and if they've compacted dirt, and then sometimes they'll be driving heavy machinery across the lawns and stuff like that, which could push down and break the pipes. So you usually would only ask for this after you've done your general home inspection and you've indicated that, hey, the water isn't flowing out of the house as as I feel like it should. Let's possibly look at maybe a hydrostatic test. Even with older homes, as homes get older, trees grow bigger, roots grow bigger, and sometimes tree roots can also break those lines as well. That could be a problem too. But in order for us to see where the breaks are, you can't just see underground. I don't know if there's there's no x-ray under dirt stuff that you can see. But this is a way of checking the line to see where there's a break and where they need to dig and fix that. So once you've been consulted that you need to do a hydrostatic test, you do need to get permission from the seller in order to conduct that test. And this is the form that is your permission slip from the seller to do such. So it's concerning the property right at, and you put the address, 911 address, city, state, zip code. And it says consult a licensed plumber about the scope of a hydrostatic test and risk associated with the test before signing this form. This is for buyers and sellers. So it says A, authorization. Sellers authorize buyers at buyer's expense to engage a licensed plumber to perform a hydrostatic plumbing test on the property. B, allocate risk. If there's any risk, you can check one of these three. Sellers shall be liable for damages caused by the hydrostatic pump. I bet you the seller ain't gonna want to do that. Buyers shall be liable for damages caused by the hydrostatic pump test, if there's any damages. Buyers shall be liable for damages by the hydrostatic pump test in the amount not to exceed an X amount if they have a little money. But I'm going to tell you, it's just whatever you agree to. But as the buyer needing this test to purchase the property, this is only fair. If that particular test causes any damages, it should be possible, more than likely, on the buyer, to me. But, you guys have the option to choose whichever one you want. Also here, where you give so much money towards it, it's a negotiation. It's whatever you decide. So once everything's agreed on, the buyer signs and the seller sign. And you're going to add this addendum to your contract. All right? But that's it for hydrostatic test. If you have any questions, let me know. Consult a general home inspection during the home inspection, and also consult a licensed plumber. All right. There you go. Have a great day.